Hello विद्यार्थी मित्रांनो. Hello students. Today we will see in this video early works of Shakespeare, early comedies and features. Now, style, heroines are powerful, parallel plots, characters are less finished, emphasis on friendship and love, and the mistaken identity and disguise. These are the early comedies features of William Shakespeare. Now, early comedies of Shakespeare, that is Love's Labour Lost, The Two Gentlemen of Verona, The Comedy of Errors. Love's Labour Lost. As we know that William Shakespeare is a famous dramatist, so we go through the section wise. So it is first the early work of William Shakespeare, in which Love's Labour Lost. The king of, now what is the story of Love's Labour Lost? The king of Navarre and his companions have sworn celibacy and take tour around Europe. They immediately fall in love with the princess of France and her attendant ladies. At the end, men get their respected lovers, but the woman asks them to complete their education and come back. And the play of nine worthies occur here. After that, listen students, it is a short synopsis. The Two Gentlemen of Verona. Valentine and Proteus are friends. The two gentlemen of Verona. Proteus loves Julia. Valentine goes to Milan and falls in love with Sylvia. Proteus is captivated by Sylvia. Julia comes to Milan in disguise. The betrayer Proteus finally repents. Next, Comedy of Errors. It is based on Plato's play Menachemi we call it. Two sets of separated twins, both named Antipholus of Syracuse and Antipholus of Ephesus. These are the both twins brother. By twin slaves named ड्रोमियो एंड उनके दो स्लेव्स भी हैं, उनका नाम भी है ड्रोमियो और वो भी ट्विन है. सो मेनी कन्फ्यूजन एंड स्लैपस्टिक इन द प्ले. आफ्टर मच कॉमेडी रिजल्टिंग फ्रॉम मिस्टेकन आइडेंटिटी द family is reunited. Then tragedies features. What are the tragedies features of William Shakespeare? That heavy influence of Seneca, themes of pride, family, honor, violent revenge, murder of ruler or nobleman initially, ghostly visitation of the victim to kinsman, evil plotting, slowly rise of body count, and the avenger has real or fine madness. So, which are the early tragedies? Titius Andronicus and Romeo and Juliet. These are the early comedies of William Shakespeare. Titius Andronicus and Romeo and Juliet. Romeo and Juliet is known by everyone. Now let's see the Titius Andronicus. A story of blood revenge. Titius, a general in the Roman army, presents Tamora, queen of the Goths, as a slave to the new Roman emperor Starnius. Starnius takes her as his wife. From this position, Tamora owes revenge against Titius for killing her son. Titius and his family retaliate. Then Romeo and Juliet, story of two young star-crossed lovers whose deaths unites their feuding families. The Montague and the Capulets are the warring families of Verona. Both are the Dushman families. At a masked ball, Romeo and Juliet fall in love. They profess their love in the balcony scene. With the help of the Ferrar and Juliet's nurse, they elope. Romeo killed Juliet's cousin Tybalt and has to flee to the Mantua. The Ferrar gives a poison which will make her dead for 42 hours to escape from the wedding planned by her family. Hearing that Julia is dead, Romeo also drinks poison. Juliet wakes and finds Romeo dead. She stabs herself with the dagger. A play with famous quotes like, "What is it in a name? What is in name? A rose by any other name would smell as sweet. Then English histories, there are 10 plays wrote by William Shakespeare. Shakespeare wrote history plays from the beginning of his career till the end. First history play is Richard III and last is Henry VIII. The English histories fall into two categories: minor tetralogy and major tetralogy. Now the tetralogies: Henry VI 3 parts and Richard III. Major tetralogy: Richard II, Henry IV part 2 and Henry V. These are two plays that are not in tetralogy, that is King John and Henry VIII. Now the history plays features: neither tragedy or a comedy, a combination of both. Based on Edward Hall's Chronicle of Hollandshire, Chronicles of England, Scotland and Ireland, deal with the kinship duties of citizen, political intrigue, do not closely adhere to actual history. History plays an expression of the Tudor, that myth proposed by E.M.G. Trilliard in his book Shakespeare's History Plays. Now the mature comedy features: romantic comedies about love and marriage, plot are well developed, excellent prose, women characters are powerful, multiple plots, more developed characters, full vitality and warmth, battle of the sexes. In which A Midsummer Night's Dream. There are 4 parallel plots in The Midsummer Night's Dream: the marriage of Duke Theseus and Amazonian Queen Hippolyta, the quarrel between the fairy king Oberon and his wife Titania, love affair between the Lysander and Hermia, the Aristons rehearsing a play Pyramus and Thebes, to be enacted at the Duke's wedding. Confusion arises because of the magic that potion poured into the people's eyes by the Puck, which is a puzzle making, a naughty kind of a angel or a Robin Goodfellow. Then Much Ado About Nothing, about misunderstanding, love and deception, battling lovers Bendick, who is a woman hate, and Beatrice, a man hater, fall in love. Claudio, who is the service of the Prince of Aragon, Don Pedro, fall in love with the hero. Many misunderstanding on Claudio's part, and everything is put right at the end. After that 12th night, जिसका टाइटल है सबटाइटल व्हाट यू विल. Duke Orsino of Illyria is pretending to be in love with Olivia. Olivia is pretending to be mourning her brother's death. To this love affair enters Viola, disguised as a Cesario. Viola and her brother Sebastian are twins who were separated in shipwreck. Viola falls in love with Orsino and Olia falls love in with Cesario. Volia in disguise. So Sebastian arrives and everything ends well. The subplot of Olivia's uncle Sir Toby Blake and her suitor Sir Andrew Aguchick, Olivia's lady in waiting Maria and their friend Fabiana. Play is a practical joke on Olivia's steward Malovelia. He is mad to believe that Olivia is in love with him. Malovelio is incarcerated as a lunatic. Fabian teases the imprisoned Malovia and the victim make a final cry of vengeance. The play has numerous dark elements. Then Merchant of Venice, trump over false and inhuman attitude towards life, celebrating male friendship, not a fully comedy because of dark elements. Antonio Merchant take a loan from the Jew Shylock to help his friend Bassanio to court Portia. Antonio can't repay the loan and Shylock demand a pound of his flesh. The heiress Portia, wife of Bassanio, dresses as the lawyer Balthazar and saves Antonio. Her maid Nerissa disguised as the clerk Stepanio. Shylock's daughter Jessica run away with the Christian Lorenzo. He is a Jew and his hatred are Christian now and depend by Jessica's flight. Shylock's speech hath not a Jew eye. So Portia's speech on Christian value of mercy is also important in it. Then As You Like It, a pastoral romance based on Thomas Lodge's Rosalind, set in the forest of Arden. Oliver tries to kill his brother Orlando in wrestling. Orlando wins, fall in love with the Rosalind and the daughter of Duke Senior. Duke Senior has been forced into exile from the court by the upbringing Duke Frederick. He takes refuge in the forest of Arden. The Duke banishes Rosalind, fearing that she is a threat to his rule. Celia, her cousin, goes with the Rosalind to seek Duke Ferdinand in the forest. On hearing a plot by his brother to kill him, Orlando also flees to the forest. Orlando encounters Rosalind disguised as a handmaid. She challenges his love sickness. At the end, Oliver marries Cecilia, Orlando marries Rosalind, and the clone Touchstone marries Audria, and the shepherd Silvius marries Phoebe. These disguise themselves, Rosalind as the boy handmaid and Celia as her sister Alenia. And the other mature comedies are Taming of the Shrew and The Merry Views of Windsor. If you are preparing for upcoming Maharashtra set exam, then you have to read it, the famous quotation from these works, important character from all Shakespearean dramas, tragedies, comedies, and the quotations also.